Well, hello and welcome to another exciting, fantastic, and long-awaited Dad Jokes in Crypto. How are you doing today, Travis?
Better than I deserve, and you?
I'm well, and for all those you that wondered, we are alive.
That's
We had
true.
a bit of a hiatus, but we are still
Yeah,
alive.
like 5 months. Thanks, Bidenomics.
Before that internet bill, I was like, oh, do I buy eggs and bread or pay the internet? Ooh,
Good thing we have crypto to fall back on.
true. You know, so
Yep. So,
Bidenomics fail. At least we have crypto.
how are you doing on your portfolio, by the way? I was going to ask you, just so the public knows how you're doing, and vice versa.
Yeah, kind of just it seems like just treading water, in general. Nothing really up, nothing really down. We talked a little bit earlier, XRP's up a bit over the last week or so. But yeah, I just kind of been scooping up little dips here and there, and we've seen it's kind of been a while. We kind of, to me, and this is my first like full bull run, but I've just kind of been like, man, gotta be jumping here soon, but there's still quite a bit of time, honestly. I think it was 2021 when things started kind of moving pretty good. So I think end of 2020, beginning part of 2021, things started moving, and then mid 2021 was the kind of peakish of the bull run on the last one. And we're typically 4 year cycles, depending on who you talk to. So I'm feeling pretty good. Like I feel like we still got good buys we can pick up, through end of third quarter, end of the year, around Christmas time, and then see what happens. So how about you?
That's what I hear is Christmas time, like Thanksgiving, Turkey Day area. Christmas time is when things are supposed to hit the peak for everything. I was thinking to myself the other day, it was crazy when I was buying Stellar Lumens at 10 cents. And I was like, I'm scooping up some more Stellar Lumens at 10 cents. Originally, when I first started investing in crypto, I had been buying it for 70 cents. And it's just how much more we have learned over the course of these years, how much we've studied and put into it and invested in just to understand what's going on. So I
Yeah.
like I'm in a lot better shape now than I was 3 years ago with it.
Yeah, same. And I kind of wrote it up a little bit. I bought in a little bit before you did, so it was a little bit lower. Like I think 42 or 43 cents is when I bought in. Um, yeah, just the knowledge now, knowing like, okay, I at one point I had gone up. I think Stellar Lumens went up to like 80 or 81 cents or something like that, and
Mm-hmm.
I wrote it back down because I just that.
Yeah,
So
we didn't know.
yeah, and so it's been cool to have that, that knowledge kind of, almost not I'm not as good as like blockchain backer. He takes like a freaking emotions journal. That guy is intense, but just understanding like, okay, I remember this time ish last year or something similar to this has happened, and I'm just kind of waiting for the narrative. There could be some big news with elections or whatever that will change things one way or the other, and we never know. So yeah.
I really hope so. I have a prediction for that, by the way.
Oh, for the
Uh,
election or
I do. So
oh,
I think, and this is just my predictions, and it might not come true because I'm not a fortune teller by any means,
not yet.
but I should say wishful thinking that President Trump gets into the presidency. I hope that he just baby drills, and oil just goes crazy for us, and the economy booms, and the stock market goes up, and the housing market just explodes, and it's so great, and crypto just goes to the moon. So that's my hope slash
Like
prediction.
we want the oil to flow like the salmon of Capistrano.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, and I that could be a pretty a pretty telling factor. I think if and oddly enough, blockchain backer always says like, show me the chart and I'll tell you what the news is going to be because he feels like he's like it's either God, the Matrix, whatever the case may be that is like kind of pulling the strings, and it just when it's time, and the people that are in charge, market makers, blah 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 blah, whatever conspiracies you believe in,
Yes.
they just do
You know,
what they do. So
that's funny too because you can tell by way of disaster, whether natural or man-made disaster. You can watch the market and see what's going to happen if there's a disaster. Typically, it tends to tank. To be honest, that's what I've seen. And so it's like, oh well, that's actually a really good time to buy is if there's a disaster. And it sounds awful, but like that's the reality of it. Like
Yeah.
people
Oh,
pull out their money, they get scared. It's like, oh, it's a good time for me to put money into it because it's going to go up again.
right, right. Well, and that's kind of the hard part is keeping your emotions in and out, and not in and out, but just out. Not because if you follow the masses, you usually get screwed over. So if you're just like the common trend is to just be opposite the mainstream. So if everyone's scared and pulling money out, it's time for you to put money in. That's typically serves you better. And not to be like political or anything, but honestly, like with Trump in 16 to 2020, everything economy wise was like you said, just booming, going crazy. And then with old Sleepy Joe, it's been a little bit different. And to be fair, I mean, a lot of that wasn't completely under his control. COVID probably messed with that some, but the policies around COVID were questionable economically.
They were
Uh,
kind of higgly piggly.
yeah, at best. So they were
Yeah.
probably, yeah. Anyways, not to get ultra political, but anyways, yeah, that's kind of my general feeling right now. I'm just kind of writing it out. Same thing. I'm just doing, every week or every paycheck, I'm just putting a little bit into, kind of my favorites. I'm a lot of like XRP, ADA, Stellar, Filecoin. I'll jump into Polygon. I kind of jumped in a little bit to Near Protocol just to do a little bit, um,
Ooh.
yeah, a little bit of Avalanche. Just mostly things that I think will be big players in the game. But my
How about
top,
a little bit of helium? We talked about helium a while ago on
yeah,
our channel. I actually invested in some more
oh,
helium.
yeah, yeah. I would like to. I haven't done it yet. I've been trying to save up a little cash to buy a helium miner. It's just like a network, like an antenna that you put on your roof, and then by providing this network, either like wireless network or cell service, you can earn helium tokens. So yeah,
Can you put more than one on your roof? Can you put like five or six, or
maybe,
secretly put one or two on your neighbors? And
yeah, why not, right?
oh, yeah, I would just.
There's a couple vacant houses by me. Might as well just throw one up there.
I have kind of a random question for you also.
Yeah,
I
what's up?
just wanted to pick your brain. So I've heard
Ouch.
just through the grapevine uh, from a couple of different people that cash is considered freedom. How do you feel about Bitcoin? And do you think that it's like maybe a step into a direction for like CBDCs and them kind of being able to control the money and monopolize it a little bit more? Or do you think that they have an idea, or is crypto freedom? I mean, what are your thoughts?
That's a good question. I think it depends on how generally crypto goes. Like, because right now, people that like in Bitcoin itself, as long as it's not overtaken or overrun by all these, black rocks, governments, stuff like that. Like as long as they don't control the majority of it or have some say in how it is, then I think that it can be freedom. But the CBDCs do kind of terrify me a little bit, just to a certain degree. Uh, I think people are more scared of it than maybe they should be. And so hear me out on this. So most of that is because the right now a lot of our money is digital really anyway, right? Like
Hmm.
banks only have to have 10% or less or whatever of their actual value that they possess, right? So
Hmm.
what we saw with that trucker strike in Canada was they can freeze it anyway. You know,
Yeah,
they
that's sad.
they freezed people's bank accounts and all that stuff, which is messed up. But maybe crypto is the freedom because for like you and I, if we have moved a portion of our funds to crypto, like let's say, even if it's just like 20, 50, whatever percent of our net worth is in crypto, if the government can somehow shut down our digital dollar or whatever, and they're like, sorry, you bought too many eggs this year, whatever the case may be, then if you've got something in crypto, you can be like, well, screw you guys, I'm going to pay for it in Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever the case.
Hmm.
So I think that there's enough diversity, not diversity, but decentralization right now in crypto. But as people try to get it more centralized, the BlackRocks, the Vanguards, whatever, try to centralize it more and control more of it, then we kind of move down that path. So, oh, those are
Hmm.
my thoughts. So,
That's a very interesting take, actually. So I was happy to pick your brain on that. So
yeah, well, there's not a lot in there. So,
I felt a lot the same way too, actually. So I
yeah.
went to a ball game last year when all they did was accept they wouldn't accept cash. It was debit or credit. And I was like, well,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to give my kids my card. So I was like, well, I'll walk down there with you and we'll buy you something. But
Yeah.
originally I'd given them each like 15 bucks, like go get you an ice cream or popcorn, Cracker Jacks and a drink or whatever, you know. But it's like, no, we don't accept cash. It's, I may not accept cash,
Yeah.
but maybe this is the way of the future. I mean, maybe everything goes digital and Bitcoin might be leading the way. So
Yeah. Yeah. And those are kind of my thoughts too. Just, I think it's, and at the very least, it's a way for normal people to get into the investing game, and ride these huge pumps, because in the stock market world, you have to be an accredited investor to get in on IPOs. You have to, do all these like financial crap to get in. So you almost like you have to have $1 million net worth to get better deals on things and stuff.
just
So
to be able to get in the door,
yeah,
get your foot
it's
in.
so
Yeah.
dumb. So now it's like, okay, you're a human, you take responsibility. If you invest your life savings into some stupid meme coin that pumps and dumps, and you're screwed, that's on you, man. Like,
Yeah.
but
Should have
but
done.
but if you do it right, or maybe even get lucky and go to the moon and make $10 trillion, then good for you. You took the risk. You won. So
Yeah.
that's something I like about crypto, is it kind of evens the playing field for everybody.
That's cool. That's a good way to think of it, actually.
Yeah.
I
So
really like that. I
yeah,
like that.
those are my general thoughts. So we want to talk about predictions. So what is your prediction for crypto market? And let's throw this in there. Where do you think Bitcoin will be price wise 1 year from today?
Ooh, 1 year from today. I think that Bitcoin is going to hit its all-time high between October and November, and then I think you're going to see it drop off after then. And so I think you're
This
going
year or next year?
to this year.
This
I
year.
think that we've hit a high now, but I think we're going to hit another high after inauguration or after we've had our election. I think that you're going to see stuff, or as we get closer to an election, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're going to see it go up. I
Okay.
think I think you'll see it drop a little bit, and then I think you'll see it jump. So regardless of what happens, I think you're going to see it drop and then jump. And so 1 year from now, I think it's going to be less than what it is now. But
Oh,
I think that
all
we
the way
haven't
back
hit our
up.
all-time high yet. So
Okay.
what
Okay.
about you?
I think similarly. However, I think Bitcoin will take a slow rise. So I think elections happen. I think Thanksgiving, Christmas, it's kind of on a slow rise. It maybe dips a little bit. So honestly, I think end of this year is going to be similar to where it is now, maybe up into 70K, 72, 73, but not quite an all-time high. And then I think first quarter of 2025, it starts to do one of these. And then maybe May-ish, we do one of these. Boom! It launches
Oh,
up to like, I'm guessing, and I could be way off here. I don't really have anything to base this on, just a hunch. I'm thinking it gets to 125K.
ooh,
Then, but similar to like what you said, then it hits its peak. Altcoins kind of like stutter a little bit behind it, kind of climbing a little bit, blah, 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 blah. Then Bitcoin starts dropping, and then everyone's taking their Bitcoin profits, moving them into altcoins, and then all the altcoins just go.
that's where I'm at. That's where we're gonna make some money.
So my guess is, late spring to early summer ish of next year is bull run time. Yeah, those are my thoughts. So
That's about the time that I wanted to buy a truck.
yeah, perfect. Just in time. And that's just kind of based on the 4 year cycle theory, which I myself subscribe to. I just feel like it makes sense based on the Bitcoin halving. So I know some people disagree with that. I think even blockchain backer disagrees with that. But for some reason, I just feel like that's the driving force in a lot of it. So
He's on the level blockchain backer. He
it's,
knows quite a bit, and so
it
I think
hurts.
if you're following him or listening to any of his advice, I don't think he's going to steer you down the wrong path.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not. So, but yeah, those are my thoughts.
I like it. I like it. I really hope it hits like that.
Cool. And I keep seeing all this like $22 XRP stuff, and I would really appreciate that.
I honestly hope it hits at least $8 or $9, to be honest. Like eight
Yeah,
or nine dollars will put me in a real nice position.
I would love some double digits on that one. I would that'd be great. 10,
Yeah.
12. Man, that feels good.
He's sitting real nice. Uh hey,
Yeah.
before we sign off here, do you know what you call a happy cowboy?
Yes, Travis.
A jolly rancher.
Well, on those same lines, actually totally different lines, but why are there no knock knock jokes about America?
Why?
Because freedom rings!
I I still remember. I still laugh. I get a chuckle out of it every time you talk about I can't remember the joke now. It's caribou.
The scariest animal in the forest or something like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. A caribou. I still get a good chuckle out of that every time.
There's also the one about the scariest plant in the forest, and that's bamboo.
Bamboo. Bamboo. Hey everybody. We appreciate you watching our channel here. I hope you learned something. We both actually hope that you learned something.
Yeah,
And you know what? If you have any questions or comments, leave them in there and leave us a dad joke too. We love hearing them. So we're
absolutely.
dads, and yeah,
Yeah, live
that's
jokes.
what we do.
And if I could take just a moment and tell you what the number one takeaway I think we have from this episode is, it's that we're back. Get
Happy
yourself ready
day.
for some crypto crap and some dad joke crap and a good time.
Yes.
Yeah. Take care, everybody.